In this video, I will walk you through the wide strip foundation layout, one of the most dependable systems for spreading structural load safely. For this project, the soil we are working with has a bearing capacity of 65 kN per meter square. That's a very weak soil. A packed foundation would not be able to distribute the load from the superstructure without causing excessive settlement. That is why we selected a wide strip foundation. It gives a broader surface area, allowing the load to be spread properly and safely into the ground. By the end of this video, you won't just know how to draw foundation layout, you will understand how to design one with intention, precision, and engineering principles. I'm Miracle Okeke Richard. Welcome to SamGoz Engineering, and in this channel, we help you develop the required skills and enhance your knowledge to elevate your engineering career. And if this is what you want, you can quickly subscribe. In our previous video, we did the analysis and design of this wide strip foundation, and as you can see, all of them passed. They all passed. Look at it. Once it's green, it means that it passed. It's okay. But white means not design, and also red means failure. But if you can see, everything passed. Yeah, both the slab, both our column, both our beam, and also both our wide strip foundation, they passed. So this video will be about the detailing, yeah, of this wide strip foundation. We'll be detailing it, so you see how it is being detailed. And two, the template we are going to be using is stone bridge detailing template. Stone bridge detailing template. And also don't forget, you can get my course on structural design and detailing. That course comes with stone bridge detailing template. It comes with free software installation, and also you have access to me. So, and all this, that's the advantage of you getting the course. So we'll be dealing with this detailing. So let's go over to stone bridge detailing template. As you can see, this is the template, stone bridge detailing template catalog. So this is the template. So if you can see, we have various types of foundation. We have pipe foundation, slab raft foundation, beam raft foundation, wide strip foundation, steel detailing, and also part foundation. So it depends on the foundation you are working with. Any of the foundation you are working with, you just click on it. But in this video, we are working with wide strip foundation, so I'll just click on this wide strip foundation. And two, don't forget, this stone bridge detailing template is not only for ProtaStructure. Star Pro users can still use it, Orion users can also use it, and then ProtaStructure users can still use it. So right now we'll be clicking on wide strip foundation because that's the foundation that we are going to be dealing with in this video. So I'll click on it. This is the template. So if you can see, this is a sample drawing that they gave us, and this sample drawing is on wide strip foundation. So in this video, we are going to be doing this wide strip foundation layout. That's what this video is all about, this wide strip foundation layout. Then in our next video, we'll be doing wide strip foundation beam layout and also east beam detailing, but that will be in our next video. So if you can see, the advantage of you having this template is that it always comes with a sample drawing that you can easily look upon at any point you want to carry to a structural detailing. In case you are making mistake, you'll be on the right track. So it comes with a sample drawing. I'll advise you to get it. The link to this template is in this video description, and also it comes together with my paid course in case you want to get my paid course and learn more on the paid course. So this is the stone bridge template. So right now we're going to get our drawing that will go from ProtaStructure and paste it in this template. So let's go over to our drawing that will go from ProtaStructure. I'll just click on this. Once I click on this, so this is the drawing that will go from ProtaStructure. But as I've always been saying, that please don't print this drawing like this. One is that it has clarity, yeah, and also it is not presentable. For example, let me give you an example. This is our beam detail. This is a beam detail. If you can see, look at this beam line. This reinforcement line is the same line width with this beam line. Yes, they are of the same line width. But before, look at the way we do it. Before, we'll just come over, click on this, and then also click on this. Then we'll come over to this line thickness and increase it to 0.3, so that once you print it, it will be visible. Once you print it, it will be visible. But we'll start doing it one after the other. But due to the help of this stone bridge detailing template, we don't need to go through this long route again. So let me just do Ctrl Z. So this is what we need here. So due to the fact we have this stone bridge template, I'll just copy a sample. Look at it. I'll just copy this sample. I'll just do Ctrl C. Ctrl C stands for copy in case you want to paste it in a new interface. So I'll come over to this stone bridge template. I'll just come over to this point and do Ctrl V and paste it here. So if you can see, automatically the line width has been increased. So this is one of the advantage of you getting this template. Yeah, you can click on this video description and get it, or it comes together with my paid course. You can get my paid course and learn more on structural design and detailing, and also get the bonuses that comes with it, which is free CV template, free detailing template, access to me, and then free software installation. So all these are the things that comes with my paid course. I'll do E enter. I'll delete it because this is not about beam detailing. This is about foundation detailing. So what I'll do now is that I'll come over to this my foundation sample. This is my foundation layout. I'll copy it. I'll do control. Also, I'll do CO, enter. I'll try to copy it out to this point. I'll copy it out to this point. So at this point, I shake to know whether is there anything that I would like to delete. Okay, there's nothing I would like to delete. So what I'll do now is that I'll just do Control C. Control C is when you are trying to copy this sample from this interface. When you want to copy from this interface into another interface, you use Control C. But as me, I'm copying from this interface to this interface, I'll do CO. So I'll come over to this stone detailing template because that's where I want to paste it. So I'll do Control V. Control V is to paste. So I'll like to bring it closer to this point. So if you can see automatically the line width has been increased. So that's why I'll advise you get this stone bridge detailing template. Then do you want to master structural design in just 10 days? I created a course where I carried out the full structural design of this residential building step by step. In this course, I broke down everything you need to know about structural design, starting from the fundamental engineering principle all the way to the practical detailing. Honestly, it is far more in-depth than anything you will find for free on YouTube. And think about it, if my free lessons are already this good, just imagine my paid courses where I poured out all my knowledge and real-life experiences. This 10-day structural design masterclass is all you need to become a confident and competent structural engineer. And the best part is, it is affordable because I consider that most of you are still students. So click the first link in this video description and access the course. As you have this stone detailing template, the next thing you're going to do is that we'll come over to this sample here that we're having here and copy it to serve as a reference. I'll do CO, enter. To serve as a reference, so I'll just copy it and I'll paste it at this point. The reason why we are copying this thing is for this to serve as a reference, so we will not make mistake and we'll be looking at it anytime we want to do anything. So first things first, remember we'll try to match the properties of everything that is here to this. We'll write to match the properties. So we'll be matching property. So I'll come over to this point. I'll check what is this. If you check this, this is STB center line by layer by layer by layer. So I'll escape. I'll come over to this one that I got from ProtaStructure. This one is what? Axis by layer by layer by layer. So I like to match property. I like to have any property that I'm having here. I would like to have it at this point. I would like to have it here. So this, what I'll do here is that I'll come and select this, do MA. MA is to match property. I'll do enter. MA, I want to match my property. So I'll come over. If you have been following my videos, you know that this is the first thing to do. Once you come over to stone detailing template, that's to match properties. So I've matched the properties. So if I click on it now, if I check now, look at it, STB center line by layer. And also if I also check this one, look at it, STB center lines by layer. So that's the first thing to do, to match property. Next thing that we'll be checking the properties of this one. We'll be checking the properties of this beam line. So if you check it, look at it, beam line by layer by layer by layer. That's it, beam line by layer by layer by layer. So I'll escape. I'll come over to this one and click on it. Okay, it's beam line by layer by layer by layer. So I'm okay with it because they have the same property. So right now, if you can say I don't need this, this rebellion. I don't need this rebellion. Look at it, it's not here. When we will need it is when we come over to this. If we come over to this white strip ground beam layout, that's when we'll be using that rebellion. So for this, you don't need it at this point. So I'll be deleting it. So I'll just right click. Once I right click, I'll click on what select similar. Sorry, I went and click on this select. So I'll click on this, and also click on this. Or I'll right click. Once I right click, I'll click on select similar. Everything has been selected. So I'll zoom out. If you see, nothing has been selected there. So I'll just zoom out. I'll do E. Enter. That's to delete everything. So I'll have a very clean and a very neat drawing. I don't also want to have this. I'll do E. Enter. So if you can see okay, let me also check. We will not check this layer. This is footing line barrier. So I will escape. Let me come and check this. So this is footing line barrier. So I'm okay with it. So the next thing that we'll be doing now is that if you can see, we are not having any line crossing each other at this point. At this zone, we are not having any line crossing each other. Also at here, we are not having any line crossing each other. But if you come over to our own, we are having line crossing each other at this point. So I'll be deleting all this. Lines. So what I'll do now is that I'll do TR. Enter. TR is to trim. So is to trim off. So I'll start with the vertical ones first. Here. I'll do TR here. I'll trim off this here. I will come and trim off this from here to here. I'll zoom. I will come and trim off this from this point to this point. Then I will escape. I will select these ones. And delete them. I will select this one and delete them. I will select this one and delete it. Sorry, I will escape. Okay, E, enter. I will select this one and also come over and select this. Okay, sorry. Okay, I will do E. enter. So at this point I'll do TR, enter. I'll do TR, enter. I'll trim off this, and also I'll come over to this point and I'll trim off this. So I'll escape, I'll select this, I'll go up again and then select this. I'll do E, enter. So this is what I'm having right now. Then at this point I'll see the TR, enter. TR is for stands for trim. CR stands for trim. I'll trim off this also from this point to this point. I'll go up. I'll trim off from here to here. I'll trim off from this point to this point. From this point, I'll trim off from here to here, and then I'll trim off from this point to this point. Then I'll escape. I'll start selecting this. I'll start selecting this. I'll come back to this point. I'll start selecting this. I'll start selecting this. I'll start selecting this. I'll also select this. I'll do E, enter. So if you can see, we're having a neater drawing. Don't worry. Once we are through, you see how neat our drawing will be. I'll do TR, enter again. I'll come over to this point. I'll trim off this. Yeah, this one not reach at this extreme, but I'll just delete this. I'll make it to start from here. So I'll just delete this whole line, even though that from our design said that it should start from here. It should start from here, but I'll extend it to this so that everything will be in alignment. Yeah, so they will not get confused as sight. So I'll delete this. I'll come over to this point. Once I come over to this point, I'll also select delete this. I'll delete this too, and I'll delete this too, and also delete this too. Yes, I'll also delete this too. I'll also delete this one. Then I'll escape. I'll then select this. I'll come and select this. I'll also come and select this. Yes, I'll come over to this point, select this. I'll come over, select this. Then I'll also select this E, enter. So if you can see, we're having a neater drawing now. We're having a neater drawing. Don't worry, by the time we trim off the horizontal one, you see how neat it will be. TR, enter. I'll also come over and trim off from here to here. I'll trim off from here to here. I'll also zoom down. I'll also trim off from, okay, I'll trim off this one. Then I'll come and trim off from here to here. I'll then zoom down again. I'll trim off from this point to this point. I'll also trim off from this point to this point. I'll escape. Once I escape, I'll start selecting this. So this is what I'm going to do throughout. I'll start selecting this, but I will not pause this video. I'll do it so you get to understand this very, very well. So I'll also start selecting this E, enter, to erase them. I'll also do TR again, TR, enter. So I will erase from here to here. I'll erase from here to here. I'll also erase this one. I'll also erase this one. Erase this one. Yeah, so I can decide to, okay, I have not started horizontal, so I might just leave these ones. I'll escape. Once I escape, I'll come and select this too. I'll do E, enter. I'll still do TR, that's to trim off. I'll trim off this. I'll come up again, trim off this. I'll trim off this. Then I'll come over to this point. I'll trim off this. I'll also trim off this. I'll come over to this point. I'll trim off this. I'll also trim off this. I'll escape. Once I escape, I'll select this because I'll be deleting them. Remember, we are dealing with the vertical first. After the vertical, we will now move over to the horizontal. So that's our plan. E, enter. So this is the last vertical. TR, enter. So TR, enter. I'll trim off this. Yes, I'll also come and trim off. This. This one I'll trim it off. This one I'll trim it. Okay, this one I'll trim it off. I'll also come and trim off this. Then I'll trim off from here to here. Yes, I'll also trim off from this point to this point, and then I'll trim off from here to here. Then I'll escape. Once I escape, I'll come and select these ones. Yeah, this is our last vertical. I'll come and select these ones. I'll also select this, and then I'll also select this. I'll also select these ones. I'll do E, enter. Then they have been deleted. Then the next one is our horizontal ones. All the horizontals, TR, enter. So I'll come and trim off this, and I'll also trim off this. I'll be trimming off this and then this. All the horizontals, trim off this and trim off this. Then I'll come out to this point, trim off this and then trim off this, and then trim off this. Then trim off this and also trim off this. All the horizontals, trim off this and also trim off this. I'll also trim off this, and also trim off this. Then trim off this. Okay, I'll also trim off this. So we're doing all the horizontals right hand. Trim off this and also trim off this, and then trim off this and also trim off this. Then we'll escape. We'll now start selecting these ones. We'll start selecting them. Just follow the video. At the end of this video, you'll be able to detail white strip foundation very, very well, neat and accurate. I'll start selecting this. I'll start selecting this. And two, don't forget the reason why we use this. Don't forget the reason why we use this is because we have a very weak soil bearing capacity. So let me I'll do TR, enter. That's to trim. Is because we have a very weak soil bearing capacity, which is 65. So part base couldn't spread the load uniformly to the soil. Part base couldn't spread the load uniformly. So we have to resort to another type of foundation. So when I checked Y3 foundation and it's passing very well, everything is okay. Everything is okay. So that's why we now resort to using Y3 foundation. Assuming Y3 foundation failed, assuming it failed, okay, I did not do the vertical of this one, so let me just do it at the same time. So assuming Y3 foundation failed, you could have moved over to beam raft foundation, and if beam raft foundation should also fail, we'll move over to slab raft. Then if slab raft fails, we'll move over to pipe foundation. Then we'll have different types of pipe foundation. We have just beam and also slab, but you get to render one more when we start doing pipe foundation design. But that one is mostly based on one-on-one mentorship. It's mostly based on one-on-one mentorship. So I'll just delete this. But if you still want to learn more about structural design and detailing, you can get our paid course, because we really went in depth and explained everything that you need to know once it comes to structural design and detailing in that our paid course. I will advise you to get it, knowing fully well that it comes with a lot of bonuses. Yes, it comes with a lot of bonuses. Yeah, free CV template, free detailing template. That's this stone britain template. You get it for free. Yes, you also have the free software installation. The software will be installed for you freely. That's the things I'm getting from this course, and also you have access to me. So I will advise you, that's an investment that you will not regret. I'm very, very sure that you will not regret that investment. Yeah, you will not regret it. So I get it. You can pay for the course because you really learn a lot from it. Yeah, even the knowledge you are going to gain is far, far more in depth, because most of the time I don't really say everything on this YouTube channel. Yeah, I don't really share everything on this YouTube channel. But in that paid course, I calm down and explain everything in detail. Yeah, I calm down and explain everything in detail. So I'll still advise you to go for that paid course. So right now we are through with this. Okay, we forgot to trim off the verticals of this. We forgot to trim off the vertical. So I'll come over to this point. I'll also trim this off and then trim this off. So this is what I have right now. Then I'll come and start selecting this. I'll select this. I'll also select this. Then for this, I will write to select this. I'll write to select this. Then I'll also be selecting this. I'll also be selecting this. I'll also select this. I'll also select this. I'll also select this. I'll also select. Do you want to master structural design and detailing in just 10 days? I created a course where I carried out the full structural design of this residential building from start to finish. In this 10-day structural design masterclass of this residential building, we carried out the structural framing, modeling, analysis, and design every structural members. We analyze the forces acting on them and design reinforcement to counter those forces. From there, we move into foundation detailing, part-based detailing, column detailing, slab detailing, even staircase detailing. We also sectioned and detailed our staircase and slab. And finally, I showed how to print and present your drawing professionally. This course is highly in-depth because I poured out my knowledge about structural design into it. Honestly, it's more in-depth than all the free structural design videos on YouTube. And think about it, if my free lessons here on YouTube are already this good, just imagine my paid courses. This is all you need to become a confident, competent structural engineer. It is an investment you will never regret in this life, because remember, the greatest investment with the highest return is the one you make on yourself. And the good thing is, this course is highly affordable because I consider the fact that most of you are still students. The link to this course is in this video description. It is the first link you will see. Go and enjoy every bit of the lesson. Do you want to master structural design in 10 days? This course will get you there. I'll do E, enter. So everything has been trimmed off. So if you can see, we are now having a neater drawing. So it's not meaning to trim off this bottom one, TR, enter. So I'll come and start trimming them off. I'll trim off this. I'll trim off this and then also trim off this. Yes, I will go. Then I will trim off this. I'll also trim off this. Then I'll also trim off this. Sorry, I'll trim off this and also trim off this. Come over to this point. I'll trim off this and also trim off this. I'll also trim off this and also trim off this. This is what I'm having right now. And then I'll trim off this and then also come and trim off this. Then I'll trim off this. This also, I'll also come and trim off this and also trim off this. Then I'll escape. I'll start selecting these ones. I'll start selecting them. Select this. I'll also select this. I'll also select this. I'll also select this. I'll also select this.
I'll also select this. So this is what I'm having. Yeah, I'll then come and select this. Enter. So if you can see, I'm having a neat and a clean drawing. So we are having exactly what they are having here. The next thing that we're going to be doing now is to dimension. So if you can see, they dimension their boundary. So I'll first of all dimension this one. So to dimension, I'll come and click on my dimension. So look at my dimension, or you just type dimension on your keyboard. So I'll dimension from this point to this point. This one I'm having 3,500. So I'll keep it here. Then next one I'll be dimensioning now is that I'll come and click on this dimension continue. Yes, dimension continue. Or if you don't have this on your own, you can just type it dimension continue. Once you type dimension continue, look at it here. You just click on it. You now start pressing it. Yeah, you also press it at this point. Press it at this point. Then press it at this. Sorry, press it at this point. Press it at this point. Then also finally come and press it at this point. So use dimension continue on this. So I'll come and click on dimension again, and then dimension the whole length. I'll now dimension the whole length. So I'll then click and drop it here. Then I'll dimension this side. I'll dimension this side. So I'll come and click on this dimension first. I'll dimension from this point to this point. This is what I'm having. Then I'll click on my dimension continue. You can just type it on your keyboard, dimension continue. It will just come out. It will pop up. Then I'll also stop it at this point. Then next one is to dimension the overall length of it. So I'm having overall length from this point to this point. I can just place it here, but it's looking far away. Let me move it down a little bit. It is looking far away. So at this point, next thing to do now is come and match property of our dimension. So I'll come and match property. I'll do MA is to match property as we have known before. So I'll match property from of this my dimension. Look at it. I'll match property and then come over to this point, and also I'll match property. Yes, so this is what I'm having right now. Then I can decide to also place this dimension at this side. Yes, I can decide to place my dimension this side. Okay, let me just do it. So this dimension, I'll just copy it down. I want to place it at the bottom too. I want to place it all around. So I'll do CO, enter. CO, enter. I'll move it down from here to, I'll place it at this, I'll place it at this point. Yes, once I place it at this point, I'll escape. Then this one, I'll move it down a little bit. Enter. I'll bring it down so it will be at the bottom. Yes, I'll place it at this point. So look at this. I've gotten this for this one. Then this one now, we need to shape this a little bit because if we put our dimension here, it will be crashing with this. It will be crashing with this. Yeah, so we need to move this. We need to move this forward a little bit. So what we are going to do now is that we just select it. We'll turn on our auto key, Control F8. You turn on the auto key. This is auto key. Sorry, this is auto key. Control F8. You do enter. That's for your line to be straight. So I'll like to move it a little bit. I'll like to drop it at this point. I'll escape. Do ES. ES stands for extend. ES is for extend. I will extend all these lines. I'll just extend all of them. Yes, I'll extend all of them. I think I not extend this D. This D was not extend. So I'll extend this. So look at it now. So I will then come and copy my dimension. I'll come and copy my dimension. I'll come and copy it. You can decide to do dimension afresh here, but I prefer this one because I believe that this is faster. I'll do CO, enter. Then I'll copy it from this point, and then I'll come and paste it at this point. Once I paste at this point, I will escape. Then move this one, enter, to the back of it. I'll drop this one at this point. So this is what I'm having. So this is what I'm having right now. So I'm good to go. Then I'll come and check what else. Okay, look at let's look at their column line. This is very, very bold. Look at it. If you can see, it is bold, like it is visible. So what I'll do now is that I'll just come and select this hash. I'll like to turn this hash to green. I'll just like click on select similar. I'll like to change it to green. So I'll come and change the color to green. So if you can see, this is what I'm having right now. Yes, so that our drawing will be looking exactly like this. So the next thing to do now is to dimension this. Look at, if you can see, they are white strip footing. They dimension all of them. Also look at here, they dimensioned it. For this one, they dimensioned it, So that's what we'll be doing right now. So to dimension our white strip footing, I'll come and click on dimension. Once I click on dimension, remember our dimension from this point to this point, we're having it to be 1 meter. That's 1,000 millimeter. So look at it. Just this dimension means that the whole of here is 1,000 millimeter. Then I'll like click on repeat linear again. Our dimension from here to here, this is 1,400. That means the whole of this length is what, 1,400. That's meaning I'll like click again, repeat linear. Our dimension from this point to this point, I'm having 1,200, meaning that the whole of this length is 1,200. I'll also like click repeat linear again. I'll do from here to here, which is 1,000, which is 1,001. Then I click again, repeating again. I'll do from this point, sorry, right click again, repeat in here. I'll do from this point to this point, which is 1200. I'll right click again, repeat in here from here to here, which is 1400, meaning that the whole of this length is 1400. Then I'll right click again, repeat in here, do from here to here, which is 1000, meaning that the whole of this length now is what, 1000. Then I'll say right click again, repeat linear. I'll do for this from here to here, I'm having 1000, meaning that the whole of here is what, 1000. I'll also right click again, repeat linear. I'll do from this point to this point, I'm having 1000, meaning that the whole of here is still what, 1000. I'll right click again, repeat linear. I'll do from this point to this point, meaning I'm having 1100, meaning that the whole of this length is what, 1100. I'll say right click again, repeat linear. I'll do from, let me press it at this point, from here to here, I'm having 1000, I'm having 1000, meaning that the whole of this length is 1000. Okay, I did not do for these two. Okay, I look at this one, I did not do for this one, I did not do for this one. Then I'll right click again, repeat linear. From here to here, I'm having what, 1000. So I'm good to go. I've done everything. So I'll do MA, enter. That's to match property. MA, enter. I'll match property. Yeah, I'll match. Okay, let me first of all do the whole horizontal matching, the whole vertical property matching. So I'll match property. Look at this. I'll match property. I'll match property. Okay, sorry, for the whole horizontal, the whole vertical first. I'll match property. I'll match property. Yeah, I'll match property here. I'll match property. And then I'll finally come and match property here. Then I'll do for the verticals. For the verticals, I'll match property. Yes, I'll match. After matching this, they have this for this. I'll match for this. I'll match for this. For this one, look at it. Okay, it has already been matched. Then for this one, I'll come and match this. So we're almost through. We come and check. Is there anything again that I've not done? Is there anything again that they did that we have not done? Okay, look at it. This, they are column labeling. They are column labeling C1 and C2. I'll do C-O, enter. So which one? How do you know your C1 and how do you know your C2? Let me come over to ProtaStructure and explain to you. So I'll come over to ProtaStructure. So this is my ProtaStructure. So if you can see in this drawing, we're having only one C1. We're having only one type of column, which is just C1. Okay, reason is because all my columns, they started from the ground floor to the roof level. So they are all the same. All my columns started from the ground floor to the roof level. And two, they have the same reinforcement. Okay, let me tell you. To group your column, there are 7 criteria or conditions that your column must meet before you group them as one. First is that they must have the same length. So if you can check, this all my columns start from my ground floor to the roof level, meaning that they all have the same length. As me one started from the ground floor and stopped at this first floor, that means it will be another type of column because they don't have the same length. So they must have the same length. Second is that they must have the same number of reinforcement. They are all 4y16. They are all 4y16. Let me come over to my to this and show you. So you see that they are all 4y16. So if you can see, this is the section of my column. Look at it, 4y16. So look at all my columns. Look at it as below. This is the ground floor level. This is the first floor. So look at it as below, meaning that what is here is also in the first floor, and all of them are what, 4y16. All of them are 4y16. So, and after that, another reason before you group your column is that they must have the same bar size. That's 4y, that's y16. That means all of them will be y16. If I'm having y12, all of them will be y12. So if you can see, this one is what, 4y16, and it's all of them that is having 4y16. We have mentioned height, that's your column height, bar size, and we also mentioned the same type of reinforcement. Another one is that they must have the same grade of steel. But remember, when we are doing our okay, let me come back to this. When we are inserting our properties of material, we made all of them to be the same grade of steel, which is what, 460. And also when we are inserting, they must also have the same grade of concrete. And also when we are doing concrete grade, we use grade 20, and all of them have the same grade 20. So they meet all this. Then the final one is that they must have the same type of ring and the same ring spacing. They must have the same ring spacing and the same size of ring. So if I come over to my to this, you see that they all have the same ring, which is what, y10, and the same what spacing, which is what, 225. So if you see, they meet all the whole criteria or all the whole condition. So that means they will be grouped as one. That means in this drawing, I'm having only one type of column. So I'll just come over to this point. That means I'm having only one type of column, which is just C1. So I'll name all of them as C1. So I'll do CO, enter. So I'll come over to this point. I'll just copy from here. So turn off my auto key by doing Control F8 to turn off my auto key. So at this point, I'll start pressing my column all around. So I'll just press it, all of them are C1 based on the things I've explained, and based on the things I've explained, all of them are all what C1. We are almost to the end of this video, so you can just be sure and follow up. Don't forget, you can still get my paid course and learn more and learn more. That's the thing. Get the paid course and learn more, because of here I'm trying to be fast and say things fast, but in paid course I calm down and I explain everything that one needs to know as a structural engineer. Yes, I explain everything that one needs to know as a structural engineer. So I'll advise you to get the paid course. So I'll be pressing all my columns. Yeah, all of them are C1 because they all have the same property. That means they are all the same type of column. So all of them are C1. So I'll click on this. I'll keep on clicking C1. I'll press it. We're almost coming to the end of this video. I'll click on this. I'll still press it at this point, and then finally press it at this point. Then what have they done that we did not do? Okay, it's meaning the section. So I'll come and copy this section and also copy this section. I'll do CO, enter. I'll copy from this green line center. So I'll press it at, I want to press it at this point. Okay, I'll press it at this point. So this is my section C. So I'll just come over to this point and copy this their section.
Are you a civil engineer? Let me ask you a question. What if in just few days from now, you can pick up any architectural plan, confidently carry out its full structural design and detailing, and start earning from it? Sounds unreal, right? Stay with me because I'm about to show you exactly how. I created a 10 days intensive structural design and detailing masterclass to show you step by step how real structural design is done in practice, and this course is designed to last for 10 days. Before I show you what you are going to learn, this is the architectural plan we'll be working with, and we will carry out its structural design and detailing. Day 1 of this course is all about structural framing, also known as general arrangement drawing. Here, we will master the governing principles in column placement, beam placement, and slab paneling. Day 2 is all about modeling in ProtaStructure, where we will model our architectural plan using the software ProtaStructure. Day 3 is all about analysis and design, where we will analyze the forces acting on each structural members, that is slab, beam, column, and foundation, and then design the reinforcement required to counter those forces. We will also learn interactive design, where we don't just accept what the software suggests but validates it using manual engineering principle. Day 4 is all about foundation detailing. Day 5 will be about path-based footing detailing. Day 6, column detailing. Day 7, beam detailing. Day 8, slab detailing, and you will understand the governing principles in slab reinforcement, that is how to place your top and bottom bars and how to detail a slab section. Day 9 is all about staircase detailing and east sectioning. Day 10, you will learn how to print and present your drawing in a way that looks professional. In this course video, you are going to get the architectural plan we use and also a complete structural design drawing of this architectural plan, and finally you will get a step-by-step video course on structural design and detailing of this architectural plan. For now, I'm giving it out at 80% discount. If you buy it today, you will get it at a discounted rate, and we have bonus packages for the first 100 people only, which includes structural design and detailing template I personally use, structural engineering CV template to help you stand out for any job application, free installation of ProtaStructure and AutoCAD software, and finally access to our online engineering community, where we share engineering tips on daily basis so you stay sharp and never get outdated. But all this is only for the first 100 people to subscribe. Don't miss this chance to close the gap between theory and practice. Click the learn more button and get the course now.
So I'll copy everything. That's my section. I'll stop here. Yeah, so this is my section. I think I've copied everything. Yes, I've copied everything. So I'll do enter. I'll copy it and I'll place it at this point. Very close, very close, very close. So I'm okay with this. Then on your own, you can now come and edit. We use 250. That's if you followed us, and we use beam depth of 600. That's if you followed us. So that's it. We are okay. We are good to go. Yes, everything. We are all good to go. 225. We are good to go. Slab of 150. So we are good to go. So if you can see now, we are almost through. Then I'll copy this again. Enter. I'll copy this and then I'll come and place it at this point. Yeah, we are almost through. We are almost through. Then if you want, you can decrease this. If you want, you can decrease this. That's if it's too much for you. If it's too renting. Okay, let me just do SL enter, H enter. SL is just for construction line. SL is just for construction line. Then I'll highlight this. Once I highlight this, TR enter. I'll then trim off. I'll trim off from this point to this point. I'll escape. Then I'll copy this. Copy this. Copy this. Enter. Copy this. Enter. I'll move it up and place it at this point. And place it at this point. Yeah. And then delete this. Delete this. Enter. Enter. Then on your own you can just adjust it so they will be on a straight line. Then I'll move this upward. Enter. Move it upward. I'll place it at this. I'll place it at this point. So at this point we have come to the end of this video. The next thing that we'll be doing now is to copy this. Is to copy this boss. Yeah, is to copy this. We'll copy this. We'll copy this. We copy this. I'll do CO. Enter. So I'll copy it out. I'll copy it out. Just come and place it at this point. Yes, and also since we have matched everything to be the same, I'll be deleting this. Enter. Enter. Then I'll do C. Okay, I'll like to scale it up a little bit because I know it will not enter. So I'll like to scale it up. SC. Enter. They are asking us to specify the base point. Look at this, specify base point. So I'll click here. What is my factor? I would like to use 1.2. I like to use 1.2. Enter. So then I'll come and copy this. Enter. I'll move it up. I'll move it up a little bit. I'll move it up a little bit. It's not say entering, but no, we'll say adjust it. We'll say adjust it. Even if it's not entering, we'll say adjust it. So I'll place it at this point. I'll place it here. So this is what I'm having right now. Then I'll come over. I would like to adjust this. So I'll move it in a little bit. Enter. I'll move it in a little bit. I'll place it at this. I'll place it at this point. Yeah, so this is what I'm having right now. So it is now better. It is now better. So I would like to move this box downward a little bit. I'll turn on my auto key, Control F8. I would like to move this box downward a little bit. So I'll select this. I'll also come and select from here to here. Then I'll do enter. I like to move it down a little bit, so I'll centralize it. I want to centralize it. And then I'll drop it at this point. So right now we have come to the end of this video. In our next video, we'll be doing the beam. Yeah, we'll be doing the ground beam. Yeah, the ground beam layout and also the beam details. This is what we'll be doing in our next video, the ground beam layout and also the detail. So you can still follow up. So right now we are through with this Y strip foundation layout. Remember, you can get the paid course and learn more in structural design and detailing. The paid course comes with a lot of bonuses: the free CV template, free CV template, free software installation, free detailing templates, which is this stone bridge detailing template, and then you have access to me. So this is the uniqueness of getting the course. I'll advise you get it. This is an investment that you not regret in this life. Then if you don't want to get the course, you can get this template alone. The link to that template is also in this video description, and also the link to my paid course is in this video description. So you can click on them and get anyone that you want.